Hello everyone, I'm Michael Lutaaya, and today I will be presenting our late-breaking work titled I'm Not a Millionaire: How Users' Online Behaviors and Offline Behaviors Impact Their Privacy. Personally identifiable information, or PII, is any information that can be used to distinguish or trace an individual's identity, either alone or when combined with other information connected to the individual. Disclosures of personally identifiable information expose users to privacy risks, and compared to other user data like browsing behaviors, PII disclosures can have serious consequences. For example, social security numbers in the United States are widely used by the public and private sector, and sometimes they can be found in public records or in leaked data sets. This can allow an identity thief to steal a person's benefits and open credit cards under someone else's name, among other things. Given the serious consequences associated with PII disclosures, our work explores three research questions. What PII is easily obtainable online? How visible are users' social media accounts to others? And what online and offline protection strategies do users take to protect their PII? In this study, we conducted 90-minute sessions in a lab setting or in similar environments with sufficient privacy for our participants. In total, we ran sessions with 27 participants. Each session began with a short demographic questionnaire, followed by an interview where participants were asked about their opinions of certain technologies like mobile wallets and digital identities, and about behaviors they engage in, both online and offline, that could affect the safety of their personal information. Participants also completed two exercises: a social media exercise, where they browsed their most highly used social media accounts to determine what types of their PII could be found through their account, and a search exercise where participants went to Google, were told what to enter into the search field, and then clicked on results to confirm whether they contained their personal information. After all of the data was collected, we analyzed our questionnaire data and results from the search and social media exercise, which we grouped into the categories listed on the right. For the qualitative data, we transcribed our audio recordings and then applied content analysis methodology to interpret the data. Facebook and Instagram were the most used social networking sites by our participants, and together represented 83% of the accounts that we analyzed. When we analyzed participants' accounts for their PII, we found, of all the categories, personal information was identified most frequently, birth information was deduced most frequently, and vehicle information was not identified most frequently. The results for the search exercise looked similar to this. However, there tended to be fewer occurrences of a participant's PII. We structured our qualitative analysis around the 5 categories listed on the right and have provided 2 examples of quotes from some of the categories. In the breaches and violations category, some participants explained their outlooks on the levels of risk associated with their behaviors. For example, P1 said, "I don't view myself as that much of a target. I'm not a millionaire, right?" This way of thinking, that people with more wealth or that are prominent figures are more likely to be targeted, was expressed by multiple participants. In the risky behaviors and vulnerabilities category, we heard from several participants who explained that they were deliberately not using any authentication schemes on their device, such as P10, who said, "I think having a password on my device is a wastage of time." In short, the main takeaways from this study are the following. For the majority of our participants, some amount of their PII was discoverable, suggesting that focusing on online information may be worthwhile for attackers. We also found that personal security and privacy came as an afterthought for some participants, thus potentially putting them at greater risk of becoming victims of identity theft. Ultimately, these findings can help ensure that our interactions online and offline are designed to be privacy protective and to help prevent the leakage of PII. Thank you.